Hello everybody, it's O'Neill. I'm here on my laptop, have an FL Studio session open, and I'm actually following up on a video that I did prior, probably about summer 2018, on how to make a pad. Ooh. And now following up with that video, I wanted to show you how to sidechain a pad. So let's take a look at the session. The song has been fleshed out fully and is now available on SoundCloud. Just take a look at the description box and you'll be able to hear the full song. But I'm going to play you a little bit of it right now. Yeah, so as you can hear, there is actually no pad in this song that I have created, and the pad, of course, was there beforehand. The reason for that is because I put it in the breakdown, and in this breakdown, we are getting this whole sidechaining thing that I'm talking about. Sound cool, huh? If you were to solo the pad now, you can hear that there is actually no effect on it. It sounds pretty much the same. In fact, I actually changed the key here. Let me just bring the key back up. There we go. Now it sounds a little bit more familiar to you. The reason why we're not having any movement when we solo it is because the sidechaining is actually being triggered by one of the instruments that are playing with the pad. And we're getting that phasing that's happening. Basically what sidechaining is that we are taking one signal and allowing it to trigger another signal. So let's open up the mixer. I just did a little bit of labeling because this isn't a song I labeled too well. But we have the pad here in channel number 8. It's at about 50% of the volume. And we also have the kick that is here. And what's happened is, if you look on the bottom, you're able to see this very thin green line that is connected to the pad. That thin line is the sidechain. So if I were to turn up the this little knob here, which is the sidechain, we're getting a little bit more kick simply because that signal is being sent to track number 8, or the pad. So as you can see before, it was actually turned all the way down. So what I did, in order to get a little bit of that phasing that's going on here, is I opened up the limiter in the effects column right here, and what I wanted to do is I just simply wanted to send the signal without affecting, of course I didn't want any of the kick signal going into the pad. So what I did is I sent the kick signal silently. When you initially join the pad, you click that little green arrow here, and it's all in, and I turned it down. Then I went into the limiter, switched to the compressor mode. Sorry, let's do that with the pad. So I opened the limiter, and as you can see, it's already in compressor mode. And I just right click over here where it says sidechain, and boom, we get kick. So let's do it. Let's just listen to it without the kick signal. So you can already see that the pad is very loud. But when I introduce this signal, now again, right clicked and introduce the kick signal, we can see that even if you look at these, if I could just pause it, oh perfect. If you can see these little white lines that are kind of outlining the kick, you can see that the kick is actually registering in this channel. And because of the sidechain, it is actually taking the signal down. So what I'll do is I'll show you a little bit of how I did that. So let's open up a brand new limiter, and then putting it in compression mode. Now we're getting the full signal because we've already connected the kick signal over here. Now what we're going to do is introduce that sidechain by right clicking the sidechain and then putting the kick. But we still are getting that loud sound. So what we're gonna do is we're going to decrease the threshold. What the threshold does is it basically says, okay, when do you want this signal to activate? So we're gonna bring that down, and we're also going to increase the ratio. What the ratio does is it basically says we're going to reduce by this much when the threshold gives us the signal. So the threshold is going to give us the signal because we've already lowered the threshold, and now the ratio is going to give us a little bit. So we're already seeing some compression. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play with the release because it's a kick, I don't really wanna touch the attack. What the attack would do is it would delay the entry of the compression. But now what I want to do is just play with the release. And what the release does, when I increase it, is it delays the amount of time until we're hearing the actual signal come back, because we're allowing more of the kick signal to affect this signal. But I'm going to reduce it a little bit here. Give it a little bit more. Yeah. And we got a little bit of that sidechaining that's happening. So let's hear it. Let's hear it in context. There we go. And then along with that reverby clap, we get a lot of a great breakdown that's happening there. So that's exactly how you sidechain a pad. So if you want to learn more about music production, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and also the notification bell. And you can check out my other videos, because we're here to think deeply so that we create art that changes the world. I'm Gerald, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.